One of the most underrated moments in the Ms. Pat Show Season 2, Episode 7 is how Ms. Pat shows up for her sister Denise. In a show that thrives on loud jokes, brutal honesty, and chaotic family energy, that moment of quiet protection hits differently. It's sweet, but more than that, it's real. Ms. Pat and Denise have one of those sibling dynamics that's built on roasting each other daily. They argue. They judge. They compete. They get on each other's nerves constantly. But underneath all of that noise, there's loyalty. And Episode 7 reminds us that when it really matters, Miss Pat is going to look out for her sister. Denise spends a lot of Season 2 chasing love and validation. She wants to feel chosen. She wants to feel desired. And sometimes that leads her into situations that aren't exactly stable. When things start falling apart or when her emotions get exposed, it would be easy for the show to turn that into a punchline. But instead, we get something softer. Miss Pat doesn't mock Denise when she's vulnerable. She doesn't pile on when Denise is clearly hurting or embarrassed. Instead, she shifts into protective mode. And that shift is subtle but powerful. You can see it in her tone. The teasing disappears. The sarcasm cools down. What's left is a sister who understands pain. What makes it even more meaningful is their history. These aren't sisters who grew up in perfect circumstances. They've survived struggle together. They've navigated hardship, mistakes, and chaos. That shared past builds a bond that doesn't need constant affection to prove it exists. It's just there. So when Miss Pat defends Denise or quietly supports her in Episode 7, it feels earned. It feels like muscle memory. She might clown her sister in one scene, but the second Denise feels small or hurt, Miss Pat steps in. That's the difference between playful teasing and real loyalty. There's also something beautiful about how Miss Pat doesn't try to fix Denise. She doesn't lecture her. She doesn't say, "I told you so." She simply stands beside her. That kind of support is mature. It says, "I may not agree with every choice you make, but I'm still here." And in a show that often highlights dysfunction for humor, this moment shows the strength underneath it. This family may be messy, but they protect their own. Denise might act bold and unbothered, but Miss Pat sees through that. She knows when her sister is hurting, even if Denise tries to laugh it off. That's what makes the scene so sweet. It's not dramatic. It's not over-the-top emotional. It's grounded. It feels like real sibling love, the kind that doesn't always say, "I love you" out loud, but proves it through action. Episode 7 gives us a reminder that beneath all the chaos, the Miss Pat Show is about family. Not perfect family. Not polished family. But loyal family. And Miss Pat looking out for Denise shows that no matter how much they argue, that bond isn't fragile. At the end of the day, the jokes will continue. The roasting won't stop. But when it counts, Miss Pat is going to stand up for her sister. And honestly, that quiet loyalty might be one of the sweetest moments of the season.